Hi there, welcome on my channel, Reviews on Occasion. I'm Mitch and today we're gonna see one of these. It used to be my everyday carry for like 2 years now. It is a Kandar Recue Knife. This one's from Kandar, but there's a lot of it from different brands. It is actually Chinese made, but we'll see how it performs in a minute. 3, 2, 1, boom! So, what we are actually dealing with over here, it is a rescue knife. Like I said, this one's from Kandar, as you may see over here, but there's loads of brands using it for their own. It does come with a blade, a saw, a glass shattering pin, that one's gone after 2 years, and the hidden knife for cutting the seat belts off. As I mentioned, I used it for everyday carry for like 2 years and it performed quite well, I must say. You can see all the tears and wears on it. This one's quite flat now. And it is quite sharp. When it came in, it was quite sharp. I had to sharpen it for the day because, well, stainless steel is good for preserving the metal from getting any rust, but it's not really good in containing the sharpness of it. The carbon steel is much better for it. So I haven't actually tested it as a saw, so we can check that in a minute. But as a knife, it is very durable. It holds in over here very firmly. The lock is very safe. I never felt like it's gonna, fold in the middle. It works quite hard, so when you're pulling this pin, you have to use quite a bit of force to unfold it. But it is something you can get used to, so there's no reason to bog down about it. I used it as a tool, nothing else. All the stuff I use is as a tool for work and other purposes. So this one actually is quite blunt now. I use it as a, something, have a lock on something. Or pull the nails out. So it did work, but it did shatter the blade. So if it's for cutting, it goes quite well. As you can see on this cock here, no problem whatsoever. So we'll test it on a branch in a minute, try to saw it out, and then do some cutting. It might not be ideal for bushcrafting because it's not that thick. The other knife that I have, everyday carry, it's much thicker, much more durable, but we're gonna do a video about it later on. So let's test this a bit in the field. So here we have a branch. It's not thick, it's around 1.5 centimeters wide. Well, it's not big of a saw, so you really wouldn't be good in sawing something bigger, because it is locked in. It's not very good for that. Have to try from different angles just to get the job done, because it locks on the blade, so I have to bend it a bit. Well, it's not best, I must say. I'm really struggling to get deep in the ground, and it's not really thick. I could just do something like this with it. It's much quicker that way than using this, because with a saw there is an issue that the teeth should be wider than the blade itself, because when it cuts in, it actually makes the room for another movement. So when it comes for the blade, it's not bad. Well, I haven't used it for a bit. I thought it would be fun for the video. It's not the sharpest now, but it gets the job done quite nicely, I must say. if you put some more effort to just sharpening it, it should be much better. You can see it is a bit loose, but honestly it's been 2 years, and for around $5 I paid for it in the time, it's really not bad. And if you are if you have it with you in a car accident, this bit that was over here, it could shatter the glass and you could cut your seat belts off to get yourself out of the vehicle. Well, overall it is good. Not best, not perfect, but for the money I paid like $4 or $5 at the time. I think it was $5, so it's not bad. Biggest drawback that I did struggle when I did carry with me, there was a pin to actually put it on a seat belt. No, sorry, not seat belt, the belt or a pocket. But these screws did get loose quite quickly after, I know, 4 or 5 months. It was quite thin piece of steel, so it was quite useless. I had to make bigger screws over here, just screw them in, tighten it, and it did work like, I don't know, 2 months. The handle is aluminium, so all the teeth that is for holding the screws do tear and wear quite quickly than the steel, obviously, because aluminium is much softer metal. So apart from that, it's really not that bad. Like I said, for the money it is great. So if you don't have much of a budget and you do want a knife for everyday carry, this is really not bad at all. Hope you liked it, and see you in another video.